Hi there, welcome back to the CISSP Success Toolkit, Twister of the Day 113. Right, so let's see what we have in today for us. A cybersecurity manager at a financial institution is reviewing the organization approach to protecting client data. The manager wants to ensure that the organization is taking the most important action to align with the concept of due care. Which of the following action should the manager prioritize? Now, this particular question has been taken from the CISSP objective number 1.3, that is about security governance. And one of the important concepts in governance is to understand what is the difference between due care and due diligence. So, feel free to pause this particular video, take like a minute to answer this, and then I will be explaining it back to you. So I hope you have identified the right answer. Let's go through and review this particular question. To review this, first we need to understand what is that fine line difference between due care and due diligence. You know what? This is a very testable topic in the CISSP exam and more on the legal side as well. So people often get confused by this particular topic. However, the best thing is to understand is this way. Due care is about the expected behavior of a particular company. For example, in this particular case, the company is dealing with client data. So you have to demonstrate, end of the day, let's say there's a data breach happening, and the court will come back to you and ask you, okay, what kind of controls you already have in place, or what kind of arrangement you have in place. Are you really taking care of security, or are you serious in implementing security? So how you are going to demonstrate the same thing to them? You can show that by showing your policies. You can show that by showcasing them that you are actually training your all the employees and all of that. That's kind of activities. Or let's say you also have an incident response program as well. So these are some of the example of due care, wherein you are able to demonstrate that we as an organization are taking reasonable prudent actions to actually secure data. Let it be our own data as well, and let it be customer data as well. So that is due care. On the other side, the due diligence is more of the operational kind of thing. All right, that is all the back end kind of that tussle happens to establish a particular process and keep it always relevant and those kind of stuff, taking risk based decision all the time, right? So all the research, all the gap assessment, all the risk assessment which happens in the back end to actually make sure that due care is always top notch, right? That is coming under due diligence. Now both of the aspect has to come together, otherwise things will not happen. You need to establish due care, and you need to exercise due diligence on a continuous basis to make sure that your due care is always relevant and up to date. So I hope you understand the concept of due care and due diligence. With that said, let's practice this particular question, because these kind of questions are very much tested in CISSP. Especially take special note of client data. You need to identify the right keywords in the question. The first thing is client data. Second thing which you need to identify is the word most. Whenever we are using the word most, there might be other options also which are very much suitable for the answer, but you have to put in your intellect, you have to put in your security sense and common sense to see whichever is more holistic, right? So that is the, you can say, the trick to answer these kind of questions. Let's review this. Option A says regularly updating the risk assessment to include emerging threats. Regularly updating the risk assessment, this is more of due diligence, right? Because you are supposed to tackle all the industry threats which are coming. You should be always aware, you should do that particular research, you should do that gap assessment, and then update your process by just to make them more relevant. So that is a back-end process. That's not something which we are asking for. We are asking here for due care. So A is not the option. Then option number B is purchasing an insurance policy to cover potential data breach cost. Now, purchasing an policy or not purchasing an policy is the decision of the organization. This has nothing to take with due care. Due care means you need to protect. You are expected to protect your data. But what if something happens? That is on the company decision to take that. So that is also coming part of due diligence. Then conducting annual security awareness training for all employees. I think this is the right answer because it is legally also very much required that whenever you are actually dealing with client data, you must make sure that all your employees are aware, because you may have the latest and the greatest controls, technical controls, process control in picture, but if people controls are not there, then you may suffer. So training is nothing but a people control. Everything will fail if people are not aware with how to deal with client data. So I think this is the right option here, option number C. But let's also go and review option number D also here, which is implementing an advanced intrusion detection system. Implementing an intrusion detection system obviously is a technical control, and you are expected to put it forward, obviously part of due care. But is this holistic? Because the question is asking for most appropriate. Is this the most holistic answer? Not at all. Because yes, you have ideas in there, but your people don't know how to configure it well. Will that help you? Not at all. So that is the reason why these kind of questions are little tricky. All questions which are asking you for most, you should look for some kind of option which is more holistic and which can eradicate the root cause by itself. That's how it is. So I hope this particular question has helped you in gearing up for the CISSP exam. Keep watching it, and every day I used to come with a new question to you with a video explanation that will help you to pass your CISSP exam. And these are the perfect kind of questions which you may see in the CISSP exam. May not be similar, obviously, because that is expected, but something like you have to get prepared on those lines. Because there are so many dumps available on internet. Just don't go and pick up any dump, because that will just demotivate you in your entire CISSP journey and not going to help you anymore. So make sure that you consume the content which is actually helping you to pass your CISSP exam. With that said, feel free to subscribe and share this video with others, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.